Hi everybody, Bruce here, and welcome to my home office. We affectionately call it here GADabouts. Al will be joining me in just a couple of minutes to tell you about a fun thing that he'll be doing this summer to raise money for RPAC, and we'll touch on RPAC in just a second. First, I want to let you know that we are going to have some of the most competitive Assembly and Senate races in the entire state of Wisconsin in the upcoming election on November 4th. We do have a couple of contested races that we'll be watching this summer. First, the 31st Senate District, that is Kathleen Vinehout's seat, and that does cover most of the city of Eau Claire and points to the south and to the west. And there will be a Republican primary for that Senate seat that will be held on August 12th. Also, the 75th Assembly seat, that is currently held by Stephen Smith in Rice Lake. There will be a Republican primary in that contest as well. The most competitive races are going to be, once again, here in northwestern and west central Wisconsin and in our association area. That means you're going to have to spend some time this summer and fall to get to know and understand the candidates' positions on real estate related issues, because it is going to be extremely close and a very hard-fought campaign. In fact, some of the races are estimated to be anywhere from $150,000 to $250,000 in total expenditures between the candidates and third-party interests as well. That means you're going to have to listen and you're going to have to participate, especially in investments in RPAC, so that people that are concerned about your interests and your industry, real estate and land use, are the ones that we send to Madison for the start of next year's session in early January. Now, speaking of RPAC, it is RPAC season. Al and I are going to do something a little bit different this year. We're going to be on the road a whole lot more, which means fewer emails for you and a lot more one-on-one communication. The legislative report that will be presented from WRA, we'll make sure that you all get a copy of that so that you can see what has transpired in Madison in the last legislative session, and we'll give you some insight into what's going to be happening in the next legislative session, and that will start again in early January. But we're coming to see you. We need to talk to you, and we need to get your buy-in to invest in RPAC, either through your dues billing this fall at $35 or through direct giver, anywhere from $100 to $999, and that's 100% that you invest in the candidate or candidates of your choice. If you can participate at the large donor council level, that is a $1,000 minimum investment, and that is $700 that goes to the conduit, that's what you control, and $300 that goes to RPAC, which is controlled by the WRA RPAC trustees. However, 30% of that comes to our PAC here at the Realtors Association of Northwestern Wisconsin, where our 7 RPAC trustees decide who gets the money. Would you like a little incentive to become a large donor council member? Well, then you can join us on Thursday, July 10th for lunch at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, plus a tour of the Lambeau facilities and a special speaker at the luncheon. It's about 3 hours in total for the program, and you can ask me for more information and for some lodging options for you in Green Bay if you'd like to stay a little bit later or if you'd like to come in the day before. That's just an extra little incentive to get you to become a member of the Large Donor Council. That's not the only way we'll be raising money for RPAC this summer. My colleague Al Arnold is going to invest a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, mostly sweat, as he raises money for RPAC this summer. But he also has a very important question that he'd like to ask you. What's on your bucket list?
What's on your bucket list? Rag Ride. The Des Moines Register's annual Great Bicycle Ride Across Iowa. Rag Ride. Lingered on my bucket list for over 20 years before I first completed the ride in 2010. Most of those times, I didn't even own a bicycle. You know? Rag Ride is the oldest, largest, and longest bicycle ride in the world. Riders come from all 50 states and many foreign countries. You know, I'm a hands are made for shuffling kind of guy. I took a daily walk religiously, but other than that, until I started riding a tricycle, well, no, you know, across Iowa, no. Why a tricycle? Well, you know, I'm a politician, so I have to go into my politician training of always giving the honest answer. And the honest answer to why a tricycle is because I have a very delicate tush. And riding a bicycle, just the seat, that's why I gave up riding it decades ago. You know, I ride a tricycle. Tricycles give up speed for comfort. I'm a turtle on the ride, but I got the most comfortable ride that there is. I'm doing RPAC this year for the 3rd time. And when people ask me why, it's like the satisfaction that comes from completing that ride is so great. I want to experience it again. And that's why I'm doing it again. And I'm asking you this year for you to go on the ride along with me. And this is how I want you to do it. I want you to make a commitment to yourself that you're going to work on your bucket list, and you're going to take an item and you're going to do it. I'm telling you right now, if I can ride a tricycle across Iowa, you can do anything. That's the message I've told my kids. That's the message I've told my grandchildren. That's the message I tell everybody about my going across Iowa. If I can ride a tricycle across Iowa at 64 years of age, you can do anything. I'm asking you this year to write out a check to RPAC, naturally, for $10. Can be more, but all I'm asking you is for $10. And in the memo line, I want you to write what item on your bucket list you're going to work on. You're going to make a written commitment to yourself that you're going to do it. You're putting $10 on the line that I'm going to work on. That's what I'm asking you for, because really when you invest in RPAC, you are investing in yourself. Will you take the ride with me? Think about it. What item on your bucket list do you want to check off? Then write your check. Take the bucket list challenge. Thank you.
Nice.
Hopefully maybe offices will challenge each other's offices and something like this. I really believe it's something that you can, talk about in your office and, rather than just, hey, what about $10 to RPAC? It's like, hey, you gonna do something on your bucket list? We can make it fun.
Great.
Questions?
So what's on your bucket list? What's your next?
Funny you should say that. It happened yesterday. Yesterday morning. But I got registered, and at the 2015 PGA tournament at Whistling Straits, I'm going to be a marshal.
Nice.
And I'm in the marshal area of the clubhouse, practice green, and practice area.
Great.
And what that does is that gets me on the priority list so I can be a marshal at the Ryder Club in 2020 at Whistling Straits.
Wow.
So yeah, I knocked off my next one.
That was good pre-planning.
I've been waiting for the right opportunity to I love golf tournaments and to be a marshal. It's been on my list for a long time.
That's exciting.
So you're going to be hearing a lot more about the bucket list challenge
When's your ride?
last week of July.
How many miles is it?
It's going to be 500 before it's all said and done. One of the days this year, I'm going to be doing my first century ride. I'm going to be doing the first 100-mile ride I've ever done in one day.
Wow. And how many days?
Well, the whole trip is
The whole
7.
trip? Oh, okay.
The whole trip is 7.
And you have a person that's working with you this time around that's going to send us
I have a personal slave for
Yes.
me. And you asked about the pictures and things like that. We can do our best on RPAC, but there is no promises because our overnight stops are range in towns from 2,000 to about 15,000 people. And with a traveling community of 25,000 people land in these small communities, and every single one of them has a cell phone, And half of them have a laptop also, communication can be, so we're gonna try to keep pictures going during the ride for everybody, but there's some kind of difficulties. Anybody who's got a Twitter account can follow the pictures I take around town, around the area when I'm riding, at Trikeman, with a Y, not an I, at Trikeman, Trykeman.
I've asked Elle to see if they can't text me pictures and stuff so I can get them uploaded to our
Yeah,
Facebook. And
great idea.
I'll get your Twitter account,
Yeah.
sabotage.
Yeah, we're gonna try, we'll try different ways of getting pictures out there, yeah.
Very good.
Any other questions?
Where can they send the check or just to like this person?
Make out the checks, to RPAC and send them here to the board office, and in your memo line, bucket list item you're gonna work on. Thank you.
Thanks, Al.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Yep.